What's going on, everybody? John out here with you. Looking at the day here, it is Wednesday, about 10:40 a.m. Eastern. Let me give you the lineups here. I'm watching this on Peacock, so just for preferences here, it's going to start right when the game starts. It certainly seems like a Milano Cortina, so we'll see how that ends up going the rest of the way. But let me give you the starters. I'll get right into the play-by-play. So for Slovakia, you got Peter Čuklaric, Lucas Single, Delbo Dabrowski, Lubor Hrdornik, Milos Kamalainen, Adam Liska. You got Oliver Osklar, Marty Pospisil from the Calgary Flames, Pavel Regenda, who's got some NHL experience, Adam Ruzicka, Juraj Slafkovsky from the Montreal Canadiens, and then Montas Sukol, Tomas Tatar, and Tomas Tatar. On defense, it's a little more noticeable for the NHL. You got Erik Cernak, Martin Fehervary, and Simon Nemec from the New Jersey Devils. And then we'll see who's going to be in net today. It should be Samuel Hlavaj out of Iowa. I think he is going to be the primary for the Team Finns. Joel Armia, Sebastian Aho, Michael Granlund, Arikala, Roope, Hintz, Keppo Kakko, Oliver Kapanen, Joel Kiviranta, Artturi Lehkonen, Anton Lindell, Eetu Luostarinen, Mikko Rantanen, Teuvo Teravainen, Eli Tolvanen. And those are all NHL players. Miro Heiskanen, Henni Kirihariu, Mikko Lehtonen is the only one that's not so far. S. Lindell, Oli Mata, Niko Mikkola, Rasmus Ristolainen, and Nicholas Mentapalo of the Ottawa Senators. Jonas Korpisalo is an injury replacement for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen on the Sabres, but it's Kevin Lankinen and Juuse Saros. Saros should be getting the start in that today. So I've gone all over the starters as far as the audio recording. Let's get into the play-by-play here. So it's 18:40 left to go here in the first. Is the Finns. We'll play this in around the end boards. I believe that is Juuse Saros. They did not show the starters or anything else on the Peacock side, so hopefully they will. So you got Gravel, as mentioned, for Slovakia, and it should be Juuse Saros for Finland. We are scoreless here. Just one shot on goal for Finland in about this first 90 seconds. I will be here with you tomorrow around that same time in between Czechia and Canada. I'll just make sure I get here about 5 minutes before the Peacock portion of the stream so we don't miss anything as the slap shot goes wide in the right side corner. So for the Slovaks, they're going to be in the all blue in the mix of the white top. And Finland goes offside as Artturi Lehkonen was trying to get a one-on-one against Gravel. Sebastian a little late on that pass. 24 active players for Finland right now, 7 for Slovakia in the NHL. 15 NHL teams represented, 7 for Slovakia. 3 returning NHL Olympians, 4 for Finland, and about 7 average medals. Finland, about a 30 years of age team. Mikko Rantanen, part of the Finnish mafia, the Dallas Stars, is going to be the biggest lead on that. Matthias Sukel is going to go ahead and take this draw for Slovakia. He wins this one straight back, and they're content to dump it in. Now, there are NHL numbers as far as looking at this in NHL news. I'll have to glance over at time. Here's a one-on-one attempt. And Sukel, that pass doesn't hit, but the shot is fought off by Saros into the left corner. I'm not really sure what we're going to expect for Team Slovakia. They're usually a dark horse in the World Juniors. We know that Finland can be, so I think that that's a really good start for there. Finland's got the 4th best odds. Sweden 3rd, USA 2nd, and Canada just edge at plus 150, 180 for the United States. As this is rimmed behind the end boards from Rasmus Ristolainen. Now on the right side, Mikko Rantanen tries to throw it out to the point. And that one's picked off. Finland's going to go back in their own zone, get started again from left to right. That's what they'll be doing here for the rest of this first. It's Rob will watch this one go around. Simon Nemec from the New Jersey Devils will get this one back now. Just playing crisscross in their own end. And Finland one more time will intercept across the neutral zone as Rasmus Ristolainen, member of the Philadelphia Flyers, has some trouble with it. This is the left side. Big hit in the corner. Again, these seedings are based off of Group B, where this team's finished in the World Championships. And we covered that last year when Tage Thompson had the game winner for the United States. They're going to be inactive a little bit later today. This is Keppo Kakko. Now on the point, try to go back to Keppo. Here's a spin and turn on the right side dot Keppo. High slot for Miro Heiskanen, and this one gets deflected. Capel can't pick it up, and Slovakia not out yet as this is fired back in behind the inboards. That's where Bravo is. This goes up the right side of his pad. Here's a half spin. Picked up now for Miro Heiskanen of the Dallas Stars. He flips it in the left side corner. 16:20 left to go in the first as Erik Cernak throws it back in behind the inboards. Another good body contact there. Finland pressing. This is on the right side red line. High slot chance to shoot. That one blocked. Finland again, merciless. This is his throw to the right side corner. Another hip check. Heiskanen. This is his flip back around again one more time. And we're picked up now for Pavel Rogenda. He'll back off, and Finland get a chance to start again from right to left. Again, those all blue jerseys looking to hum. Here's a cross pass. Saros can't hold. He had some trouble with it. And it was in the left side red line as it goes away from Juraj. Flip back. And the Juuse Saros on the right side red line. Still scoreless here. About 5 minutes have expired. Olympic hockey at last. It's been a while in Milan Cortina as we sit in Italy here for this one on opening day. Here's a turnaround chant of what a save or Paravel with the right side of the pad as Sebastian takes a hit. Tomas Tatar, former Red Wing, will get this one up there. He's the captaincy for Slovakia this year. 15:09 left to go in the first. And we get a stoppage as the puck goes out of play. So when we do get any sort of commercials, I have to throw my TV down a little bit because I imagine those are a lot louder than the Peacock portion of the stream, but I'll take a look to check this out or not. Fehervary able to throw this one ahead, and another big hit in the left side of the bench. It's Finland off of 1-on-2. Try to sauce this one across. This will be taken back down alongside for Mikkola Granlund. Another one. This is back in behind the inboards now. Juuse Saros in the butterfly near the left post. And Rasmus was the line and throw it up for Niko. Mikkola. Good back pass in off one motion. Finland got the edge. They were able to get in, and Roope Hintz off sides. Finland trying to play defense now as Slovakia throws it in behind the inboards, and they're offside now for a clearing attempt. Finland lost it as this goes back now to Slovakia. Now in the left side corner here for Tolvanen. He had it there for a moment as this is a reverse hit amongst the inboards and back and alongside the Finland defense. It was Lindell with it as this goes back to the neutral zone. These teams look to be still feeling each other out. There's 2 shots on the board between both as this goes over the glass. No offensive penalty here. 13:50 left to go in the opening frame. Finland won in 2022 in the Beijing China Olympics. We'll see if Finland can do it again. As we said coming into this, they have the 4th best odds behind Sweden, the United States, and Canada. Canada, I'm surprised, is only a plus 150 to US 180 considering the goaltending, but we'll probably see tomorrow. Jordan Binnington again one more time is just as capable of being a big net minder. To be able to win, again, he won 4 nations, and he was able to do it with the St. Louis Blues several years ago. So Slovakia, they're getting some camera shots back on behind the net again. They don't go away from us in the TV portion of the coverage. I always send on Peacock, so they're getting a little bit of an ice scrapage, I believe. And we're showing a lot of camera shots there for Slovakia. Tons of fans being excited. I would love to be able to go to watch Olympic hockey at one point. It just depends on what host country that you want to be able to go to, but I think Italy probably is one of those ones where you can carb load, you can enjoy the views, and really enjoy yourself. Dabrowski lost the puck. And it's flipped back in behind the end boards now as this is Hlavaj. He had some trouble with it behind his net. And Finland now off the forecheck. This is picked back up in amongst the end boards. Martin Urnot lost it. And now recontested toward the right side dot. Slovakia has still got some work to do. Finland intercepts. Here's a wrister. And that one fought off by Hlavaj. He's got it in the trapper at 13:28. Shot board reads 3-2 Finns as we're almost 7 minutes expired of the first round there with you. Happy to be up in the morning. I know we'll have to do this again tomorrow in between Canada and Czechia, but we will still be there for a couple opening times before I got the Saturday assignment against the Sharks and the Voyagers live. And then we'll see about next week. We will be able to get probably a semifinal and a medal round in there as well. We'll try to see about Tuesday or Monday, depending on where it starts. I think it'll be Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Good chance out in front. Artturi Lehkonen gets robbed by Hlavaj in combination with Teuvo Teravainen. 13:16 left in the first. Finland have their best scoring chance of the period inside the first 7 minutes. It was a sauce right toward the middle of the circles. And Teravainen, he gets robbed right there. Now to the right side, this one gets knocked out of the hands of one of the Slovaks, Teravainen. We'll pick it back up now. Teuvo, Carolina Hurricane now with Sebastian Aho. Captain at the point. So Rod Brandamore is probably looking on. Slap shot goes above the crossbar. A turnaround chance for Heiskanen is wide. Slovak still hasn't conceded here. And this will be recollected and across the neutral zone and flip back down and alongside for Pavel Regenda. Wholesale changes on the fly here for the Slovaks as this one's dumped up the gut. Rob will stop it. Granlund now trying to provide some pressure. Tomas Tatar having some trouble. This will be recollected on the Slovaks end who want to go right to left. Flip back down amongst the end boards. No icing. We will press on here. It's a giveaway right out front. Scores! It's Slovakia with the chance. We're going to have to see who gets the goal. That might have been Juraj Slafkovsky, the Montreal Canadian. Thought I saw number 20. He's the first of the celebration line. And the Slovaks draw first blood here in the opening round of the men's hockey prelims. It was turned over nonchalantly, and Juraj Slafkovsky could walk right in. It's Mikko Rantanen, the one guy that's not the NHL experience of the ZSC Lions, turning it over right to Slafkovsky in the middle of a slot, and Juraj deposits the biscuit. 1-0 Slovaks, despite being outshot 6-3. So we'll have to follow along. I don't know if the ESPN box is going to carry all of the actual coverage yet, but the Live Sport 1 sure still will. And I will get that once we get a stoppage here. So unassisted for Slafkovsky up, that really unforced turnover. As this is flipped back around, Rasmus Ristolainen with Joel Armia. Armia finds the entry, his backhand knocked away. Hlavaj says no with the right pad. And we're almost halfway through the first. Juraj Slafkovsky gets first blood. As this one's flipped in. Now pre-collected to the right side, Doc. Slovaks getting very loud here in Milan Cortina. It's pretty cool to see this. The sight for nation and hear all of those sounds as this goes in toward the right side boards. Finland throws it at the net. That's where Hlavaj is, and he will hold. Again, you kind of wonder how they feel with the first goal of the game at 11:27 left of the period. Again, this play-by-play in a second. Just want to make sure that I mark this in the notes. Shot goes off the right side of the bar for Finland as Capo Kakko recollects across the neutral zone. Cross ice pass, one more feet combination play at the net. And Artturi Lehkonen falls down trying to put it into the goal, but it is survival mode for Slovakia as they will get it out. Put into the right side corner and pull back up this roster here for Slovakia. As it's picked up across ice from the right to left dot. Breakout pass, Roope got that in behind his net. As they'll crisscross quickly. Flip back in behind the inboards now. And Slovakia, as Ruzicka's pass, go way off sides there. Shot board for Finland is favored. It's 8-3. You get another stop at your 10-18, but Juraj Slafkovsky with the opening goal of the game. It's 1-0 Slovaks. Hlavaj will make the save. I want to get that name correction. Roope Hintz on that chance toward the left dot, and we'll get another stoppage here at 10:09 in the first. Again, as we said, with all of the NHL experience that Team of Finland has over Slovakia, Slovakia's still got a few, but you would have to imagine that they're going to be able to take advantage of this matchup. Again, the shot board reads that way, but Hlavaj has been so good so far. Now on the left side, Granlund's cross ice feed will get knocked into the neutral zone. That's where Finland is one more time to play defense. As this will be dumped in the corner, but the Finns didn't gain the red line. They've iced it against themselves. They cannot change at 9:49 as Fehervary gets their first. I just looked here as the Slovaks won the draws. It is a box score that you can follow on ESPN. I prefer to do livesport.com to get all those breakdowns with the rosters. We'll be able to do that after this first day because they'll have all of the starters usually in there too. If not, you can follow along at NHL.com as far as the complete list of players. And I have your experience alongside Peacock. Just make sure you go ahead and download that on the stick. And you can follow this one along for free. So number one overall draft picks in the Olympics, Macklin Celebrini, Slafkovsky in 22, Jack Hughes, Rasmus Dahlin, Niko Hischier, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, and Sidney Crosby. All those back end three are Canadians. We're going to see them tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. But Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, and Sidney Crosby probably still going to have that same line with McKinnon and Crosby as this one's knocked up in the air off the stick of Hlavaj. And Slovaks cough it up in the middle of the slot, but a diving play expertly will get this one out of the zone by Oliver Reculer. Send back in behind the inboards now. Rantanen trying to make a centering feed. And now this is a potential 1-on-3. Here's a good stick drive there on off the deflection, but that was knocked away. Almost there for a moment for Slovakia. Try to break up the middle of the ice was Finland, but gets knocked away as Gerhard able to get to it, and Hlavaj will hold. We'll take a break. We'll call that one. We're almost halfway past this spurt, a little more than that. I'm just going to say for the reference on the pairings, I believe you should be able to catch. I know I'm watching on Peacock, as I mentioned. You should be able to catch the NHL games, I would think, on USA. If I can do the TV listings during the break. I was just looking to see if it'd be streaming or anything else. It is only streaming here from what I can see from the TV portion of the listings. But if not, maybe check out USA Network. They usually kind of carry all of the applications you're missing. I'll give you the coverage here, at least for this game, and then tomorrow as well. 40 for Czechia, Canada. The only other game going on today will be Sweden and Italy at Marty Pospisil, the Calgary Flames, able to win that one is Erik Cernak. Able to get it to the left side wall. Cernak still got some work to do as it goes across the right bumper. Cernak now flip it. Tampa Bay Lightning man will send this one across. And Slovakia is still trying to get the ice. Here's a chip and chase, as this will be negated there. And now Finland will have to put some defense in their own end. Good forecheck here for Marty Pospisil on the right side red line, but now they'll look to back off. Finland just made a forward change on the fly. And take the long dump in the left side corner as a wave is going on at Milano Cortina. Flip back in behind the inboards. Long outstretch past Slovakia. Turns it over right in between the players' benches. Sebastian is the one forechecker for Finland, but that goes away from him off the glass. And flip back down the ice. Slovaks ice it against themselves. Mikkola wins the hybrid icing. Shot board is 10-3 for Finland, as Antti Pennanen is the head coach. Mikko Manner is the assistant coach for Finland. Probably doing both of those shots right now, just for Finland. Got ahead of myself in the Peacock portion of the feed. It'll be an ozone draw from the right dot. This one will be won by the Slovaks, as it's recollected across the left side inboards and then subsequently put out of play. Preliminary round results, what they're showing for women's hockey was all United States yesterday against Canada. If you want to plug your ears, the United States won 5-0. Harvey with a goal, 2 assists. Murphy with 3 assists. Every single one of the games, the U.S. women have scored at least 5. They haven't conceded a goal, I don't think, in the last 3 games. This is picked up now on the right side corner. Again, this is men's Slovak and Finns opening day. And Juraj Slafkovsky still with the opening goal, despite just having 3 shots with 7:10 left to go in the first. Turned around the inboards from the left side red line. Hlavaj had some trouble getting back in his own net, but this is on the right side of the glass. Slovaks look to break out now as Adam Ruzicka throw this one up the ice. There's a back pass. Tatar wide open to shoot, trying to get his own rebound. Slovaks got 4 now. There's a good save for Juuse Saros. Sent back in behind the left side of the red line, and a penalty hand in the air. It will belong to Finland on the power play, and that Finnish Mafia should be dangerous there with Mikko Rantanen, Mikael Granlund, a lot of guys that you would expect, Sebastian, Roope Hintz. They'll get a first chance to activate here with 6:42 in the first. Tomas, Tatar, the captaincy, going to sit in the box for what he hopes is 2 minutes. I don't know if it will be that long. right in the feet and tripping of Niko Mikkola will put Tomas Tatar in the box. Being ozone draw now, customary as it is in the power play for the Finns. They don't win it. Now they'll have to chase the puck here. Right side red line, Slovaks, no problem. Get this one down the ice. Shot board is 10-4, but Finland's get their first opportunity to activate on the power play to try to tie this at 1. Miro Heiskanen, as this gets chipped in on the left side. Hlavaj will stop it in behind the net. A little bit of a soft forecheck on the power play for the Finns. Won't matter. This goes all the way back down to Juuse Saros. Heiskanen one more time. He's getting his camera shots. He'll throw it back. Marichin will provide some defense. Number 52 is this on the right side. High slot now. Chance for Joel Armia, LA King. This goes back to Miro Heiskanen. He'll crisscross. Heiskanen fake the slap shot. And Tolvanen's pass, a little bit too hard for Heiskanen to handle. He'll make a change. Finland doesn't have any power play shots yet. Only 55 seconds left to go on the opening man advantage of the game for either team. Now on the right side, Mikael Granlund can't hold it in. And this try to go back to Roope Hintz, and it's out to Juuse Saros. Have to go length of the ice again. Mikko Rantanen. He will leave it across the right side wall. Mikko gets it back. Surveys near the left dot. He is so dangerous. This is punch to the right side corner. Mikko, high slot, looking for a passing lane, potentially off the inboards to Mikael Granlund. They play together at a time, try to sauce it across the ice to Mikko. He recollects near the right bumper. Mikko now gets it back, funneled toward the net, and the Slovaks are there. They curl it down the ice. 5 seconds left to go on the Finland power play. Doesn't look to be very fruitful. Stop at the line for Mikko Rantanen. He's been out there for a while. Power play is set to expire. They get nothing. As this is entered here for Tomas Tatar right out of the box. He should be fresh. Juraj Slafkovsky, the only goal scorer, sets it up for a one-timer wide of Saros near the right post. As Simon Nemec try to get this one out. He eludes Heiskanen. Picked up now between the right side dot. The Finns just trying to get out of their own zone. In-time Lindell, I think this puck might have been played with a high stick. 4:14 left in the first. We will get another stoppage. So Finland does get an opening power play. And doesn't score. No shots on it. I have to make sure that I also mute this part of the TV because I don't want to get music copyrighted. In terms of the Olympics.
What happens when you
But I'm just happy to be able to bring this stuff to you for the next couple of days, and then we'll see how early it's going to get. Let me pull back up this Olympic pairings while we are in those made a Hope of Sports guy per usual. The quarterfinals will begin on Wednesday, February 18th. I might have to work either Monday or Wednesday. Monday is inactive, but if I'm not available Wednesday to do the quarterfinals, we will still have Friday and Sunday. I could do a third place game for Saturday for 240, but I think Friday, Sunday between the semifinal and the championship. Semifinals begin at 10:40 Eastern. They conclude at 3:10 with the second game. Championship game will be 8:10 a.m. next week, Sunday. That's 11 days from now. Alvik Nava should be joining me for that one. That might be the only game he's able to join for. I think all of these are going to be solo calls for the most part. But I would say probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday next week. And then, as we said for this week, at least for Wednesday, Thursday, today and tomorrow, because I have a Saturday Sharks assignment, I want to get the rest in on Friday, make sure I recover the vocal cords. 4:05 left to go here in the first. Still waiting for a Finland response as we come back in from the break. Here is a pickup near the right side boards, and the shot goes wide of Hlavaj. Finland only had, I think, one shot on their power play, didn't get much of anything. Here's a turnaround chance at the net, and Hlavaj thought it was underneath his stick blade on the left side of the post. Finland does hold it in. The puck movement's been kept on the outside, bounces in front of Hlavaj. And now our first set of collisions at the net, and it is the partial line of the Florida Panthers, and Luostarinen and Lindell. I don't think, if you're the Finland head coach, I wouldn't mind never really breaking those guys up. But again, the Florida Panthers, when we resume back in from the NHL break from the Olympics toward the end of February, they're not close to a playoff spot right now. Brian Boucher is inside the glass here for NBC and their Olympic coverage. We had a TV break, and I'm still waiting for another portion of it. Want to look at your guys' votes, 6 of them. Thank you for being so active here. I said, is Finland's men's hockey capable of being a dark horse in the Olympics since Canada, USA, and Sweden? And I like where your guys' heads are at. 67% of you say yes. I agree with you, especially in a game like this. You're playing against one of the potential seeds in Finland that you would expect to be able to do some damage. Yes, it's a lead early, but it's been nice to watch. As Lindell of the Dallas Stars just bounces in between Cernak. Pospisil now trying to lead the rush across the right swing, get it back, and he gets stick lifted. Slovakia now will recollect in the left side bumper. Picked up here alongside for Nemec. Throws in the corner, chip and chase. Took fortuitous bounce there for a moment for Slovakia. But Finland gets there just in time. Race up the gut. Drop pass here for Granlund. Granlund trying to throw it across to Hlavaj. Closes it down with the right pad. He's had a strong first period so far for the Slovaks in net, making 12 straight saves. Joel Armia with a curl and drag, lost the puck. This goes back to Eli Tolvanen, deflected. Chance to the right side, Finland buzzing. Now to the right side of the post. And this will be picked up now. Lindell fires it on. Hlavaj makes another save. It's loose. And Slovakia finally picks it up. Hlavaj comes to the rescue here. 2:35 in the first. As this is a stick chop. Back down to where Juuse Saros is. Only had to face 4, but that was an awful giveaway. And alongside for Finland, that gave Slafkovsky the opening goal early throughout the half. As this one sent in, Niko Rantanen. Stick drag. Oh, what a stop for Hlavaj as he dives over to the left side of the red line, makes the save with a glove hand. He'll hold. D-zone draw loss for the Slovak. Shot board now 16-4. Hlavaj has been outstanding here, especially in this last about 4 minutes. We got 2 minutes left in the first. Marty Pospisil. This one gets tied up into the right side corner. Marty's still having to do some work. Martin Fehervary as this one goes out in front, but he's there and alert. Flips this one back down the ice to elude the pressure. This does not hit Juuse Saros, but it's not iced. And Rasmus Ristolainen have to start again from his own end. Finland's got 16 shots to Slovakia's 4, but it's Juraj Slafkovsky with the only goal as we got 90 seconds left to go in the first. But back in behind the inboards now. Gerard takes a hit. Slovaks going to try to go right to left, having had a lot of opportunity to do that. But they have been opportunistic. Juraj will send this one and knuckle puck into the corner for Kivihario. Trying to look alongside for, I believe that was Natchez. Recollected now for Aho. and flip back down the end boards. Sebastian off the chase, as this will flip ice here for the Slovaks. Slafkovsky, big body, able to stay with the puck right at center ice. And this will be flipped back in. Slafkovsky chases. Number 20 easily looks to be the best player on the ice for the Slovaks, as this is in the right side corner. Chancing at the point. Marichin, this one deflected, and Saros makes the save. The left pad, he needed to do that. 30 seconds left to go in the opening frame. The Slafkovsky throws a big body hit. Picked up now back and behind the end boards. And start again from right to left. Final 15 seconds of the first. As this one will be flipped back in from Fehervary. Chip and chase. Down to 10 seconds now. Finland stuck in their own end. Fehervary fires it on net. And one more chance for the Finns. Here's a wrister. Hlavaj makes the save, plays it quickly before the whistle, and a dirty hit behind the play for the Finns. As we get the Zebras coming over, that's got to be a penalty called back in after the whistle. I don't see who's down. But after the whistle, as Hlavaj jumped into the corner to kill the clock, one of the Czechs goes down, or one of the Slovaks goes down. Excuse me, I'm all over myself. It's 1-0 after one. Juraj Slafkovsky scores the goal. But that camera shot that we got, I hope they go back to it. We love the Sumi logo for the Finns, but didn't like that play at the end. They're showing Slafkovsky's goal, and we'll see if we get anything after this when we start the second. I'll pause, and we will get back into the second period. I would imagine about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Stay tuned. Just for those that can't see, as I've been doing the radio version of the play-by-play as I usually do, on the side of Peacock here, they're not going away. They're going to let Kenny Albert and Eddie Olchuk and all those guys take a break, but they're going to be showing you the ice scrapage all the way through. So if you're just joining me, it's 1-0 after one. Juraj Slafkovsky unassisted goal. That's the only offense to tell you about. Finland has had a ton of opportunities. I'm going to pull back up here on the live sport box because I think that they're going to give you all the team stats. Now, since this is the Olympics, usually on ESPN they would give you team stats, but they're only going to do the box score of who scored. So let me pull up live sport. Joel Armia is the guilty party. Just want to give a clarification before I go in the second period as well. That rough hit that was in behind at the end of the period, Joel Armia going to go to the box, and the Slovaks will start period 2 on the power play with a 1-0 lead when we return into action. So shots on goal after one officially from the live sport box, 18-5 for Finland. They are not tracking hits. Let me see if they are or not. Probably have to just click another portion of the box. So hits are not tracked. Face-offs are tracked. Face-offs at 11-9 for Finns. And Finland was 0 for 1 on their power play, just 1 shot. So let me give you the brief recap here. It will be pretty brief because there wasn't a lot of goals, but Rantanen, the only guy that is not on the NHL roster, number 4 of the ZSC Lions, turns the puck over near the right side red line, and Juraj Slafkovsky, he's able to walk in right in the middle of the slot. He really waits out Juuse Saros to go down and then just slides the puck across the goal line. It's a careless turnover, and that's what gives Slovakia the only goal. Finland did get an opening power play, didn't score on it. They had no shot or either 1 shot on it. I think I'm going to go with no shots on my initial look. We'll just mark that in there. Hlavaj was under siege late from the 4-minute mark to the 2-minute mark left in the period, but a flurry of saves, he denies them all. A dirty hit behind the net after the whistle of the first. Joel Armia is the one penalized against Slovakia. Will start the second period with the power play. And as just mentioned, shots on goal 18-5 for the Finns, faceoffs 11-9. Live Sport Box, ESPN Box did not track hits. Finland just 0 for 1 on the power play, but Slovakia going to get theirs to start the second. So the only other hockey action on the men's side will be Sweden and Italy at 3:10. Now, normally I would jump all over anything to be able to watch that again after this game is over, but I don't know how Italy is competitive against Sweden. Again, they're able to draw in because they are the host country. But Sweden would be one of those teams I think would absolutely clean the clock. Now, again, Finland is leading heavily on the shot board against Slovakia, but it wouldn't surprise me if Slovakia ends up getting a victory. I don't think they advance as far as Finland does, but if you can't beat Hlavaj, that's a whole other portion of it as well. On Thursday, when I come back around 10:40 Eastern, I'm not going to have the opener between 6:10 a.m. because that's just way too early. That's Switzerland and France. But I will be covering Czechia and Canada. After that will be Latvia and US at 3:10. I'll probably watch a little bit of that. And then Germany and Denmark at 3:10 will be at the same time. And then the ceremonies, not the rings, everything else will still have their fire. But usually, I think 3:10 in Milan Cortina is probably closer to the 8:30, 9 o'clock mark. So that's the late games for them before they close business down. 3:10 in the East. I would say 12:10 in the Central and 12:10 in the Pacific and 2:10 in the Central is probably as late as they get as far as playing games. I'm going to step aside here for a moment and get myself a little bit of a snack, grab some water as we sit 1-0 for Slovakia and Finland. I just want to mark this in the box if you guys are following along in the comments section. So Slovakia leads 1-0 on an unassisted goal from Juraj Slafkovsky. I'm just going to throw these stats in here for you guys that are following along. I appreciate you. Again, we don't know what type of foot traffic I was going to be able to get for both of these opening games today and tomorrow in the Olympics, but I think we're all excited just to have Olympic action again. But Juraj Slafkovsky, you guys already know, in the Montreal Canadiens, is capable of being one of those really good players. Again, a slower start for him. I think fans get really impatient as far as some of the young players and top overall picks, but Ken Hughes has done a phenomenal job with the Canadiens themselves, and Juraj Slafkovsky, a huge part of that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go grab a fiber bar and got my water at least a little bit. Might grab another one of those just to make sure we get settled here for this upcoming second period. So they finally broke away from the Zamboni to go to more commercials on the Peacock side. So I imagine we're going to be getting much closer. Again, I appreciate you guys bearing with me here through this first intermission. I'm just going to try to conserve the pipes as much as I can to be able to do the games here today and tomorrow, at least before the Sharks assignment. If I am very fortunate, I don't think this is going to happen, but maybe Cooper Hopkins might be able to join next week before the final, very early in the morning, as outlined in the gold medal game with Alec Nava. We shouldn't be much longer before the start of the second frame. Let's begin the second period here. Slovakia gets their first power play. They got a 1-0 lead courtesy of Juraj Slafkovsky. And they got it now. Trying to go left to right. Let's just drop back in behind the inboards now. Finland with an attempt to get it out. This would be sent at the net by Nemec. Now Lindell will play this in the backhand and catapult it down the ice to Hlavaj. Again, he has been spectacular. He stopped all 18 shots that he's faced. Juuse Saros just 4 or 5. Simon Nemec will send this one back. And Slovakia, as mentioned in their first power play, this goes back to Dvorsky at the point. It's picked up on the left side dot. High slot now. Here's a chance for Nemec. He shoots, but this gets deflected off of Sebastian and then flipped back down the ice. 50 seconds left to go on the man advantage as Hlavaj will curl and drag in between his own crease and then pass across, but there was no forecheck there on the penalty kill for Finland. This is picked up on the left side bird line and flipped back down under the players' benches, so we'll stay in the neutral zone with 18:36 remaining in the middle frame. Joining her with you on a solo call, I imagine a lot of these are going to be. Alec Nava did say he'd be available for the gold medal game. That one, I believe, is going to be about 8:30 in the morning on the following Sunday, the 22nd. But until we get there, probably get at least a few more of these. And we're going to be back tomorrow for Czechia and Canada for sure at the same 10:40 start time. Lindell will get set to take the draw as the member of the Florida Panthers. And off the tie-up, it is Slovakia with the puck on the right side bumper. Flip back in behind the end board. Slovaks collecting across. Here's a slap shot. Does that hit someone in front before it ever got to Juuse Saros? I think it hit Rasmus Ristolainen on the right skate. Mikkola on his back check. He's trying to get the puck knocked away. Here's a chance at the point. It gets blocked again. And Finland, no problem, throws it down the ice. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Really aren't any shots to tell you about on that portion of it, as this is already expired in the power play time. So Slovakia attempt to dump it in, device it against themselves. So they're going to show some highlights in the first period. About 3 minutes expired from the second, still 1-0 in Slovaks. But Hlavaj with a series of saves, I would say, especially from the 4 minute left to go mark to about 2 minutes, where he bailed his team out. Probably 4 or 5 times, ladies and gentlemen, in the slot. Rasmus Ristolainen getting some camera shot time as well. Philadelphia Flyer. This will be a face-off for Matthias Sukol. Let's see if he can win it against Roope Hintz. Roope will draw it back. Here is Miro Heiskanen. He will send it toward the net, and might be a penalty call against Slovakia as they got a tripping or an interference right in front. Heiskanen drove the net after Roope Hintz face-off win, and I think the Slovaks were forced to interfere. So Sukol's going to get the hold. He was the one that took the draw once Heiskanen drove the net. And Finland's going to get a second power play of the game. It's not a must score yet, but you feel like you got to get yourself back into the game and actually get one past Hlavaj. We'll see. Roope take another draw as Rantanen draws it back to Miro. Kel Granlund on the left side. It's all stars here, especially from last year. Granlund has it now. Roope Hintz goes back to him. Granlund at the point. We'll get it back from Heiskanen. Here's Aho's pass and a one-timer. Hlavaj, he's got it. 17:27 left in the middle frame. Sebastian Aho, first line forwards, 57 points for the Canes, 69 points for the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars are a good team alongside Jim Nill. We talk about them many times. He used to be the assistant GM of the Red Wings. But it really feels like the Dallas Stars are top-heavy. And then you have the coaching change. Not saying they're not going to do some damage in the playoffs, but do they really feel as dangerous, question mark, to you as they usually would be? So here we go from right to left. It's Finland's second power play. Slovaks had one. They just didn't score on theirs. Chance up the gut. Roope Hintz. Off the draw, it's Mikko Rantanen back out there now. Roope gets it to the high slot for Rantanen. He shoots out the deflection. Hlavaj with another good save. This bounced off his left pad and now directly behind the net. Rantanen now trying to hunt for the puck. Roope Hintz is underneath him. Finally goes back in behind the net. Try to go back around to Roope toward the right side dot. That's where Mikko Rantanen is now. He'll spin. Elude a hit. They are working directly behind the net right now. Mikko Rantanen, sauce pass, turnaround, And that one is lifted high. Across the right side boards. Fake the slapper. Another wrister for Mikko Rantanen. That one saved by Hlavaj one more time. Shot board 20-6. Rantanen shoots again. Deflected and out. 21 shots on goal for Finland to just 6. And Hlavaj still shutting the door with 16:05 left to go in the second. Here's a spin and turn now for the Finns on D. Heiskanen. They'll elude some pressure and get this one going up for Ellie Tolvanen. Now on the left side bumper. Finland's second power play. Got 8 seconds left to go in it. Just kept in. Left side as we get a high side camera shot. Lusterinen. Here's a backhand, scores one-timer. Beautiful play. Finally gets one past Hlavaj, who can't slide over from the left, the right post, and slam it into an open net. And Finland finally has their first goal of the game. We'll see who's first at the celebration line. I believe, if I have the number correctly here, that was a 28, but I don't think I see that on the sheet. That is Ellie Tolvanen. He's all the way down to the bottom. If I remember, the Seattle Kraken has the goal. Artturi Lehkonen's pass sets it up, and then one more feet across is Ellie Tolvanen slams it into an open net. No way he wasn't going to finish that. And that's on the edge of Finland's second power play. Nothing Hlavaj is going to be able to do. He stopped 22 of 23 this game, and the puck has started to go the other way, or Slovakia could be in trouble if he wasn't so great so far. Ruzicka can't win it at center ice. Joel Armia and Artturi Lehkonen get the assist from Ellie Tolvanen's goal. Tomas Tatar. As this one goes up the gut now, Slovak looking to respond as Juraj Slafkovsky gets taken off the puck behind the net. Nemec was there for a moment. Good intercept. Slovakia trying to find Slafkovsky in the middle of the slot. Nemec there one more time as this one's knocked back down from Adam Ruzicka and put back down the ice. Get an icing here. So it's Tolvanen from Armia and Artturi Lehkonen. As this gets deflected wide, and Juuse Saros then has to jump on it. Mikkola trying to protect his goaltender, Marty Pospisil and Pavel Rugenda trying to make things spicy here with 14:52 left to go in the middle frame. Juuse Saros has a little bit of an equipment issue. That is what the delay is at this point. Roope Hintz will try to win this one in the defensive zone. And now Lehkonen will send this one across. As this is flipped out of the air, Mikhail Granlund try to lead the rush. Roope Hintz is on the forecheck to Simon Nemec. Will flip ice. 1-1 now is the score. Finally getting a goal for Eeli Tolvanen has tied it up for Finland. Slovakia shoots sharp angle chance. This will be fought off there for Juuse Saros. And now Mikko Rantanen leads up the guy. Got Granlund with him. Roope Hintz off the drop. And now Slovakia should be able to recollect. It is a 4-on-2 for the Slovaks. Rister right at the net. Saved by Saros. High slot. They got it again. Picked up now. One-timer. Deflected. And this one fought up by Saros again. Finally starting to work his way into this game. He stopped 8 of 9, and Hlavaj 22 of 23. As we flip back down, Hlavaj will slow it down. Slovaks quickly try to take this one from left to right. Again, they're in the blue jerseys with the white tops. The Finns are in the white jerseys with the black pants. As it's sent back around, Juuse Saros hard in off the glass. Artturi Lehkonen does his job. At least gets it to center ice. Slovaks pass, trying to look for Erik Cernak behind the net, but now they got some defense they have to get. Tolvanen was back out there. And this one picked in the right side corner. Huge hit. Takes Finland right off the puck. Slovaks now will be able to take this to the left side red line. Chopped up there for Tolvanen. And this is picked up across the defensive zone for the Finns. That's Lindell as they'll switch ice. Long outstretched pass. Finland with a little bit of a break opportunity here. Back in behind the net, but good defense. That's Lindell. Throws it back in behind the horn. They got it across the right wing now to the Finns. Lindell opened the middle of the slot. That one deflected on the right side corner here for Finland. And off the stick lift, it's Slovakia. 12:40 left to go in the second. Who have iced it against themselves. Shot board 24-10 for the Finns. Again, they've just tied it up with Eeli Tolvanen about 5 minutes ago on the tail end of their power play. So technically even strength. But if not for Hlavaj at this point, Finland probably should be up by a couple of goals. And we'll see how much longer Slovakia can hold. They were opportunistic in the first with Juraj Slafkovsky. Haven't had as much of that now. Sukal gets set to take the draw against Erik Hlavaj. Hlavaj wins it. Here's a play for Joel Armia, who's got the primary assist. Rasmus Ristolainen's chance gets knocked in the left side corner. Armia now still trying to do some battle as he's got the puck. Back into the right side bumper. Armia throws in the middle of the slot. One-timer is fanned on for Finland. My goodness, Tolvanen was looking for his second. Here's a flip off the post. Are you kidding me? That was a good pass, but not converted. And Tolvanen, again, as mentioned, as Mikkola goes back, he was on the hunt for the second goal of the game. Niko, he's a member of the Cats. We'll push this one up ice. The Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues. As this is the left side corner, Roope Hintz gets tied up on the left side bumper. And now Slovakia trying to make something happen off the rush and off the drop pass. This is flipped across. Saros makes the save, and then a little bit of a late jump. Mikkola is going to throw some fists there. He's not going to like that, as Slovakia and Oliver Oculor was the one that was trying to pry the puck loose underneath Saros after he already had it. A little bit of an ice scrapage. Still a 1-1 game. As Mikko Rantanen going to get some camera time here. Oliver Okular of Slovakia was trying to pry the puck loose after a save from Juuse Saros, as they're showing Finland a little bit of a triangle as far as being able to score that goal. And an unselfish pass for Joel Armia is what set it up on the back post for Erik to get that goal, no doubt. Appreciate you guys joining in on the YouTube and X Space. Joining here with you on the solo call. It's currently a 1-1 game between Finland and Slovakia. Let's get back into the play-by-play. 11:35 left to go in the second as this is loose up in the middle of the slot. Slovaks just hold it in off the flip. And now will have to be picked up as Slovakia switch ends across the defensive zone. As Lindell will try to get off a chip and chase off the pass. Good outstretched pass for Hlavaj. Will at least get Slovakia to center ice. As they'll flip this one back in behind the end boards. This will be closed back down for Milos Pennanen. As this Pennanen now has it in between his skates blades. Works toward the right wing open. Now a chance in the middle of the slot as Ruzicka was providing a screen. And Juuse Saros has that in the trapper. Finally starting to get a little bit of work there for the Nashville Predator here in this second period. We're almost halfway through this contest. 10:57 left to go in the middle frame. Mino's own draw here for Adam Ruzicka against Sebastian. Ruzicka will win it clean. Wins it straight back turnaround. Good opportunity ripped by Slovakia. Another one goes up high from Tomas Tatar. So Juraj Slafkovsky was a giant rebound for Tatar and then sails it high. But that started from the faceoff win from Adam Ruzicka, who's had some NHL time. Slafkovsky wide open in the middle of the circles after that, too. I mean, he's walking right in off that one-timer. And Juuse Saros might have went off of one of the Finns' defense, knocked the stick out of the hand. But if he doesn't make that save, Slovakia easily goes up 2-1. Juraj's got 3 shots on goal. Another win for Ruzicka. This is a chance from the point. That one will go wide. Picked up now across the left side wall. Cernak, they want him on the right side dot. But Finland able to get this out. Somebody broke their stick. I think that was one of the Finns. Start this again now. This is flipped back in, closed down by Juuse Saros behind the net. Again, the one mistake went in the back of the net with Juraj Slafkovsky in the first. Here's a 2-on-1. Lehkonen from the cross, but he had it lost underneath his skates. Couldn't get the shot off. Long outstretched pass. Open across the left wing. Slovakia gains the entry. Eludes that broken stick handle. Chance now for Slovakia on the backhand. High slot work their way. Good spacing here. They look to get organized. Across the left side bumper. Shot is eluded from Saros and then fought off with the left pad. As this is putting them in the end for Lucas Single. Single now picks it up as he gets hit for Miro Heiskanen. Single being dwarfed there for the 3 Finns that are underneath the net. Somebody able to take a change and at least get some broken stick repairs. With 9:25 left to go in the second. This puck has just been stuck. Now Olli Maatta lost his helmet as he's going to have to head to the bench, or that would have been a penalty if he would have played the puck. 9:15 left to go in the second. Slovakia dumps it in safely across the red line. It'll be an opportunity for them to start one more time for Mikko Lehkonen. He was the one that turned the puck over to Slafkovsky. Armia flips it across. Hlavaj has got that at 9:03 of the second. We'll take a break.
The problem's the valley. They settle down,
I am definitely getting my purple bag.
but haven't grown up.
Guaranteed is never have a free time ever again when you want.
Speed, sharp turns,
And I'm hoping I can.
eye crooked, and full-on right bounce.
I'm not here to be brushed.
You and I are not the same.
And in the valley, nobody sticks the landing.
On the valley, it's good to be home.
The valley goes for the gold. Coming in April on Bravo and Peacock.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Colgate water softeners prevent damaging underwater buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Colgate.
Wait a minute, get it how you living. 10 toes in when we standing on business.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
All high up there one in the last sequence. Holy Mona lost the helmet. He's dominating. As he came back to the bench, he had a discussion with referee Sean McFarland, and he told Sean McFarland, he said,
Get you there reset as we're just coming back from a commercial break. Finland, it's a 1-1 tie now. Ellie Tolvanen of the Seattle Kraken finished that off right at the edge of the second power play. Long shot, Hlavaj got that. Slovakia lost it, but it goes in through the neutral zone for Lindell, who's going to fire it in from the left side red line. Hlavaj comes behind the crease to stop it. As this is bounced. Here's Lindell. High slot. Will shoot off the deflection. One turn aside. Juraj Slafkovsky in his own end. Got to play some defense here. Looking for a breakout opportunity. Chipped in across the glass. And Lindell one more time will slow it down. Slafkovsky. Send it back in their own zone to get started again. Slafkovsky flip ends as Slovakia in the middle of a change. 8:15 left to go in the second. It's been a competitive game as Yuki Haryu will throw this one at the net. It got blocked partially by Slovakia. They got some work to do on the left side red line. Finland recollects, throws it off the bumper. High slot now, Erik, a good foot pass, walking into a one-timer, and a save from Hlavaj again. He has been the man of the match. I know that's usually a soccer term that they use, but Niko Mikkola, with a rocket there, short side of the left post, is held one more time. Rasmus Ristolainen. Now on the right side, Niko Mikkola just got a camera shot there. 2 shots on goal. Fehervary worked off the puck. It's loose in the middle of the circles, but Slovakia able to get it out of their own end. A stick chop. Finland try to get right back in quickly. Fehervary throws it back in behind the end boards. There's another big contact there. The defensive partner, Fehervary, goes down. And Slovakia will watch this puck gets iced against them at 7:34 of the second. Again, when I look at my own notes after the first period, let's just give it that reset. Shots on goal were 18-5. Now they're 27-14. So Slovakia finally getting some chances. 9 shots on goal in this period. It's still just 1-1. But if it would have continued that way across the board, there would be no way you would think that Finland wouldn't win this game. Here is Lehkonen. Sending this one across the end boards. Granlund is pacing in behind the end boards, but he'll turn around and get it now. Granlund try to throw it out front. Slovakia will steal on their own end and look to get things started from left to right. Flip ice and offsides. Is Ruzicka there at 7:17 across the left wing.
Vladimir Orszagh is the Slovakia head coach. He played nearly 300 games. The national hockey league with the New York Islanders, Nashville, and St. Louis. Scored his first NHL goal against Hall of Famer Martin Roope of the New Jersey Devils. Putting that on the space, and everything else he got there, Kenny. Pretty good to lead off with that. Scored his first goal against the Hall of Famer. Why not?
Be a neutral zone draw at 7:17 again. We're at Milan Cortina in Italy for the opening day of U.S. Men Hockey Olympics. Again, it's been a while. Finland was the last gold medalist in 2012 in Beijing. And it's been a long time since we've had some hockey here to be able to talk about. It's just picked up and behind the inboards. Should say 2022, not 2012. As this one gets flipped up and out of play at 6:51. Appreciate you guys joining in on the X Space and YouTube at John Reinott as always. If you want to follow along, I'll be back here again tomorrow at the same time around 10:40 Eastern for Czechia and Canada for my MIHL sent for the Sharks and Voyagers. Slafkovsky, this one gets one straight back, and Martin Fehervary, the Washington Capitals, for Simon Nemec. Start this one again. Devil Capital as this one flipped back across the left side board, rubbed out across the wall. Back in behind the net now, as Aho lost the puck for a moment. High slot, one-timer Fehervary, fought off by Saros. It's loose a couple of times, but he cancels it off with the right pad. Recollected now Fehervary, trying to stick drag. Buy himself some space in behind the net. Good work here for the Slovaks. Fehervary sets up the 1T. That one fought off in the corner of the stick shot to Saros. And we will get another stoppage at 6:10. But the 16 shot now for Slovakia. Starting to get a little bit closer there on this board. And this game is starting to turn a little bit after that goal for Eli Tolvanen and for Finland. I think Slovakia is starting to find their footing again when they were really submerged in that first. Dvorsky had a good screen in front there for the Slovaks. And first, Juuse Saros. Face-off win kept in by Slovakia. Now to the left side corner off the spin and turn. He picked back up and amongst the inboards now, trying to find Slafkovsky off the spin around chance for Adam Ruzicka. Throws back at the point, but Mikkola will get his pass intercepted. Finland now finds the entry. Here's a drive across the right wing. Hlavaj fights it off. Good stick and eye out of the air. 5:35 left to go in the second. John, here with you. Watching this one from Peacock. Opening day for Men's Hockey Olympics. It's Slovakia and Finland tied at 1. Slovakia throws it back in their own end. Get a chance to start again now. As we picked up now on the right side boards. Finland off the rush. Mikkola gets that one across, and a long shot. Hlavaj able to make the save with the left pad. Erik had it for a moment, but he turns it over to Slovakia in their defensive end. Finland recollects across center, has a couple backhands, eludes, and now Slovakia's got the offensive entry off the spin and turn. Milos Klimanen now try to throw it back in behind the inboards. Granlund trying to provide support, and this will go for a neutral zone. Here's a race for the puck now. Little inside-out positioning. Excellent work for Slovakia to get it. That was up of a one-on-one. Now they're going to deal with some work in their own end. Here's a steal. Finland fires it on. Hlavaj able to make that save off of Joel Armia from the right side boards.
When I think of sport, I think of a lifetime of adventure.
I think of longevity. Pure muscle, pure grit.
the fits, the finish, the riding drive, you can't go wrong.
There's nothing that a Ford can't handle. Welcome to Lafontaine Ford Birch Run, offering the hottest cars, trucks, SUVs on the road today. And for service, we come to you anytime, any place. Our mobile service technicians are there when you need them at no additional cost. Schedule your mobile service appointment today at LaFontaineFordBirchRun.com.
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roll and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live. We are Henry.
That was like an absolute like the quintessential power.
Right to the net and scores! He ties the United States record for most career Olympic goals. The captain of Team USA, Hilary Knight, 12 years belong now 14 in her Olympic career. Tied with Katie King and Natalie Norman. Also tied Jenny Potter with her 32nd Olympic point. And last night's win over Canada. The United States will face Italy in the quarterfinal round Friday night here in Hlavaj.
We're getting set to end the second period of Slovakia and Finland, but they give a shutout for the United States women. They're going to play Friday in the quarterfinals against Italy. Again, they have the best record, so they get to play the easiest matchup. Can't imagine that is going to be any sort of competitive, but you never know when you get toward the semifinals and finals at least, but the U.S. shouldn't have any problem with that. 4:25 left to go in the second. Off the backhand, it was Slafkovsky who provides support. He's knocked it away from Lusterinen. Send back on the inboards is E2 Lusterinen, former Cat. Send back in behind the inboards now Kapokako, the Seattle Kraken, provides some support. Miro Heiskanen now goes between his stick blade. He was looking for Lindell. This will go back to Miro. Miro to Essa, his partner on the Dallas Stars. We'll flip this one around the inboards now. Artturi Lehkonen out there of the Colorado Avalanche. This will be flipped back down the ice. I think Slovakia has iced the clock again. 3:50 left to go in the second. They cannot change. Bino zone draw. Rasmus Ristolainen. I'll put this in behind the inboards for Sebastian Aho. Bumper. Mikkola. Back in behind for Sebastian. Aho throws it to Mikkola. Mikkola patient. Goes back to Sebastian. The high slot turnaround chance. Oh, what a stop off the deflection for Hlavaj. Are you kidding me? It's what the third time I've said. That would have been an open net. This is closed back down for Mikkola. Mikkola now slap shot safely across the left side red line. That'll be picked up now for Artturi Lehkonen, and this pass deflected. The Slovaks trying to get some speed across the left side. This will be picked up now. Oli Mata off the spin, the former Red Wing, as this goes back down amongst the inboards. Here's a chase for the puck off the one-on-one. Roope Hintz able to fight off his man, does Finland a couple times in traffic, and a pick up toward the right side corner. Lehkonen behind the inboards now. 2:40 left to go in the second. This is recollected across the left side red line, and that is, I would think, a power play upcoming here for Slovakia, but I don't see a whistle or a hand in the air. It's just a battle for the puck. Mikko Rantanen gets dispossessed near the players' benches. 2:20 left to go in the second. It's still 1-1. Nobody scored on the power play. You have the only goal for Eli Tolvanen into Finland answers Juraj Slafkovsky the first. Shot board 31-16 Finns. Finland goes back down to behind the offensive zone. And Pennanen now trying to find it, as there's a lot of body contact with some stick blades everywhere right now. Joel Armia now trying to pry it loose And another big hit behind there. Finland getting physical here. Eli Tolvanen, the only goal scorer of the second. Slowly rims it around the end boards. Right side dot, Finland collects. Now behind the net. Picked up on the backhand, trying to set up between the skates. Good touch pass, Lindell. Chance from the right bumper. That one fought off by Hlavaj. 90 seconds left to go in the middle frame. Heiskanen. Now Lindell. Back in behind the end boards, too far for Armia. Slovakia trying to get it out of their own end. And they're pinched in deep. Listerinen from the right side dot. Crowd getting loud here as Finland providing some support. One timer. That one fought off by Hlavaj. He jumps back up to his feet. Here's his spin and turn. Now to the left side for Capo Kakko. Good puck possession here for Finland. What can they do with it? As this will be finally lifted out of the zone. The pressure is alleviated. The beautiful part for the Slovaks is not enough for icing. Outstretched pass. Long one connects. Slafkovsky back out there again. This is recollected here for Juraj. He's on the left side now in the middle of the ice. It's picked up across the right side dot off the drop pass. Ruzicka was looking for that. Finland picks it up now. Across the left side dot, Tomas Tatar slows it down. 25 seconds left to go in the middle frame. It's still a 1-1 game. Finland had about 2.5 minutes of pressure to about Slovakia's 30 seconds, I would say, over the last 4 or 5 minutes. Slafkovsky. And behind the end boards now for Rasmus Ristolainen, who intercepts. Finland, time for one more rush, but they got to shoot quickly. Granlund off the flip. It goes on in 2 seconds, and that is how we end that middle frame. It is Eli Tolvanen with the only goal of the second as we get some pushing and shoving and some smelly gloves. I don't think anything's going to come of this. But Eli Tolvanen answers the goal from Slafkovsky in the first. And after 40 minutes, we're tied at 1-0. Come back, we'll call more. Third period should be just as exciting in Group B. Opening day of men's hockey Olympic action in Milan Cortina. Pull this back down as far as the volume and not get copyrighted because they're going to give you the Zamboni scrapage. I'm going to type in a couple more notes and give you the reset before I step aside before the third period starts. So shots on goal after 2 periods of play are 33-16. For Finland. And that would make it, let me see if I can do the rough math here, 15-11 Finland in that period. Face-offs, because the hits are not tracked, but Finland's definitely leading that, I can assure you, after 40. Face-offs are 21-20 for the Finns. In totality. And for that period, (11-10) Slovakia. So just after the power play expires in that second period, Eli Tolvanen wide open right of the crease in a one-timer finish. Joel Armia makes the extra pass to open up that space completely. Oliver Okular of Slovakia tries to get physical after the save from Saros to pry the puck loose off the rush. Game is getting a bit closer for Slovakia. I say that as terms of the shots on goal not being so dwarfed. Dvorsky with a screen in front that forces Saros into a pair of saves near the right crease. And Finland in the final 3 minutes were dangerous on defense with Lindell and Heiskanen. And then you have Anton Lindell and Eetu Luostarinen of the Cats. But they were kept on the outside, couldn't do anything with that puck possession. And as mentioned, shots on goal after 40, 33, 16. It was 15-11 in that period for the Finns. Face-offs after 40 are 21-20. Finland leads that, but 11-10 in the second frame for Slovakia. And that is where we are after 40 minutes of play. Let's give you the one little reset here for the comment box. Juraj Slafkovsky for Slovakia and Eli Tolvanen for Finland to get you all caught up. That'll get you caught up in the comments section over 2 periods. Again, the shots on goal 33-16 Finland. Juraj Slafkovsky goal for Slovakia. Eli Tolvanen for Finland. It puts Samuel Haravic brilliant in net for Slovakia. I think you have to put it that way. That's your reset. 7 votes. I said, is Finland men's hockey capable of being a dark horse in the Olympics against Canada, USA, and Sweden? 7 votes. 71% say yes. 29% say no. I appreciate you guys joining in throughout this as we sit in the intermission. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. We are in the middle of the second intermission in between Slovakia and Finland. It's a 1-1 game. It's been a good game. I'm surprised that Finland hasn't scored more goals, but Hlavaj has been so good, as mentioned in the comment box. That's the only reason why this scoreline, I think, is where it is. Another thing I should mention, power play opportunities. There hasn't been a power play goal, but there hasn't been a lot of chances either. Finland 0 for 2. Slovakia 0 for 1. Finland's had 1 power play opportunity in each period. I don't think either team specialty unit right now, the defense has been fine, but the actual offense, as far as driving with the extra man, I don't think has been very good. That would be the one negative, I would say, for both teams. Guys, let me know what you think, though, as far as what's going on the rest of this tournament. Just give you one more reset of that for the games tomorrow. We have one more actually today. Sweden and Italy, the host country, going to get going at 3:10 Eastern. Again, 2:10 Central, about, 12:10 Pacific. So that's about as late as it goes as far as Milano Cortina. But Switzerland and France tomorrow, Thursday at 6:10 a.m. Again, these times are Eastern. Czechia, Canada, I will be on tap for that one with you at 10:40 a.m. Eastern. Latvia and the United States at 3:10, and Germany and Denmark will be going on that same time at 3:10. Friday's games, this is still for group play, will be Finland, Sweden, Italy, Slovakia. Those are 6:10 a.m. games respectively. France, Czechia at 10:40 a.m. Canada, Switzerland at 3:10. Sweden, Slovakia could be interesting on Saturday, February 14th. That is when I have my Sharks assignment, but that's at 6:10 a.m. Germany, Latvia, 6:10. Finland, Italy, 10:40. USA, Denmark at 3:10. But really, you have, I would say today, between Slovakia and Finland, not just because I'm covering, and then Czechia, Canada, probably two of the biggest ones to start there. The rest of the group play could be pretty kind of a slap around, I would think, between for some of these teams, correct? Until we really get into next week when you start the playoff qualifications on Tuesday, February 17th. Treat this Olympics like how I would always treat the World Juniors, pretty much a 2-week portion of the tournament in order to go ahead and get yourself a gold medal. That's the way that I always look at it. We're going to get set here for the start of the third. So let's get the third period underway. Tomas Tatar able to get this pass across. Too far for Juraj Slafkovsky. It's not a good start for Slovakia in this third because they've iced it, but shouldn't be tired. Just 14 seconds expired. And the final frame of regulation, unless we need more. Again, I would imagine this style, just like I referenced the World Juniors before putting the recorder on. 2-week essentially tournament to try to medal. You think of it the same way. If you win in regulation, you probably get more points than if you don't. So that's the most important thing for Finland or Slovakia to get a win first and foremost, but try to get those extra points. There's a chance is fought off by Hlavaj. Now to the right side corner. Another long chance. Picked up across for Simone Nemec. She plays it off the backboards. And Nemec able to get it out for the moment. It's turned back around now. Picked up for Capocacco. Throw this into the right side corner here for the Finns. Again, they tied in the second period from Eli Tolvanen's goal set up by Joel Armia primary. And then gets fired wide. Capo tries to chase again one more time as Slovakia having a hard time getting out of their zone. They flip it off the glass and have iced it again. So they've not been able to get off the ice here in this first set of 58 seconds of the third period. Slovakia, they're showing them being inopportunistic at times, and then maybe a couple of turnovers there that Finland probably should have scored on. They're just funneling everything that they can to the net. Artturi Lehkonen, Eli Tolvanen of the likes, and touch passes for Joel Armia, but those aren't converted as well. They still sit at 1-1. Fehervary on the top near the right side boards, and now possession belongs to Slovakia off the long flip again. Will touch the stick of Saros, so no icing. Shot board is more than doubled now, 34-16 Finland. But Hlavaj has been so good in this game. That is why we sit at the same scoreline. Loose out in front of a one-timer goes wide. It's picked up across the inboards now. Martin Juraj will get this one across. Good play in off the backhand now. Here's a chance at the net in the glove of Saros from the left side of the point from Pavel Regenda. As we get some more pushing and shoving. And Mikkola, no stranger to that. If you get tired of the Florida Panthers, I understand. I'm not one of those, even though I'm a diehard Red Wings fan. You love the physicality, but do you imagine all the cats will not be turning down the temperature in the kitchen at this point, especially since we're being in the Olympics. Regenda's shot was right on the trapper of Saros. That was labeled, but he made a good save. There was no screen in front. Shot board 34-17, so exactly double at this point. Joining within a solo call from Milan Cortina in Italy. That's the opening day of the U.S. Men's Hockey Olympic Tournament again. Eli Tolvanen, left side red line as this one's flipped in again. It's going to be so much fun to watch Czechia and Canada tomorrow as well. Hopefully to get some U.S. time at 1. You always hope for U.S. Canada at the end, depending on if you root for other host nations or not. But still, you want to see all those best players play best on best. But Kucherov says it is when Russia isn't there. kind of agree with him there because they're missing a lot of those guys like Kucherov, Ovechkin, Vasilevsky, a lot of the ones that I want to see. Sergei Bobrovsky hasn't had the numbers so much in goal. Again, he's becoming an elder statesman, but really wanted to get Russia back in here at some point. Because it's not the players' fault for everything that's been going on. As it's picked up now near the right side boards, as it's recollected. Knocked away from Ocular. He will get this back to the point now. Played it off the bumper here for Michael Hlavaj. And that will get blocked away. Joel Armia leads it off the rush. And I don't see a hand in the air for tripping. Erik Cernak lost his blade. He got cut toward the hand. He's got to come off the ice. And Slovakia got some work to do as Ivan will flip this into the corner. It bounces off the stick shaft. Hopefully Erik Cernak's okay. And I know John Cooper would be thinking that even though he's coaching Team Canada. Here's a chance now. Slafkovsky, excellent work to just break through in his own zone. 16:45 left in the third. Slafkovsky, patient. Full turnaround, and this one will get deflected. Slafkovsky still with it for a moment as it got knocked away from Eetu Luostarinen. And now have to start again. Ruzicka on the chase. Finland trying to get it out of their own end. Slovakia gets the steal. Will slide. Here's a one-timer. Saros makes the save at 16:25. Good Slovakian forecheck there. Forced it loose just outside of the left dot. Again, follow this on Peacock. I was wondering if it was going to be on USA Network. Some of the stuff I saw said streaming only. If you have that, and the account holder, if you have anything Xfinity, you probably have Peacock. Go in, log in, watch these games. If not, I'll bring you the play-by-play. Dvorsky going to get set to take the draw here for the Slovaks. Sebastian will win it for Finland. Ristolainen throws it around the inboards, is turned over again, and the slap shot gets funneled in the left corner. Finland now trying to break up from left to right. They got the white Sumi jerseys with the black pants. As this is deflected, Sebastian back in behind the point. Artturi Lehkonen trying to help pry it loose. Sebastian's got it, throws it back around to Artturi, but he got tied up. Bravo will look on the other side of the right post. It's loose in the high slot. Slovakia does not get it out across the blue line. Finland just keeps it in. Moving around for Sebastian looking for a lane across the right side bumper. Mikkola now on the press. Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues and now with the Cats as well. Number 1. Picked up now, Ristolainen. A good stick drag move, and that is going to have to force a save. That was some excellent work there from Lieber Hudonic, and that will force Saros to have to hold at 15:30. Ozone draw for Slovakia is lost. This is a long flip. Finland chase it. This is kept in by Mikael Granlund. He'll throw it across. Finland plays it off the bumper. Goes back to Granlund. Right side circle shot deflected. Hlavaj, what a save again! Near the right side post. He has been miraculous. That's why it still sits 1-1. What a goaltending battle. As this will go the other way now. Not really a battle, as Marty Pospisil. Saros hasn't had much work to do. It's still 17 of 18, not bad, but Hlavaj 34-35. Finland, they'll get this one. Flip back around now for Mikko Rantanen. He gets worked over across the right side boards. Marty Pospisil. The Flame is going to wait here for Slovakia. Again, just good to see him get some Olympic time as well. This will be knocked away. Love his work with Calgary. Oli Mata's got it. Former Red Wing member of the Utah Mammoth. Right up the logo here for the Olympics in Milano. Sent back and around now. And we'll see who ends up getting a piece of it as it's picked up near the right side bumper. Slovakia had it for a moment. Tolvanen, Cernak able to get this one down the ice. But the Slovaks one more time will have played dead against themselves with an ice. Sukol will take another draw here for Slovakia. This time they will win it clean. 6 minutes have expired from the third. The next goal is going to be the biggest one. No icing. That's Lindell. And we'll cancel it off as the refs will wave it off. 13:50 left to go in the third. Feed is frozen a couple times here momentarily. I imagine everybody's starting to wake up across the country and tuning into what's happening now. It's a 1-1 game between these two. Changes on the fly for the Slovaks. Go ahead and get things settled again one more time. As they'll take this right to left. Juraj Slafkovsky gains the entry across the left side red line. It's closed down by Saros. Rasmus Ristolainen as Slafkovsky was there. Flip it back in behind the end boards now. Slafkovsky. This one off the tie-up. Slafkovsky still with it. He gets taken down and behind the net is Finland. We'll push this one up the ice off of a long flip. Here's a back pass. Walk-in chance. Fought out by Hlavaj. Slovakia survives. Hopefully my feet will stop jumping here. This will be recollected now for Slovakia. Pick this one up. Juraj Slafkovsky. He'll drive it. This will be fought off by Saros. Slovakia still with it. They'll fire it up and out of play at 12:46 left to go here in this third period. Going to try to reload this feed very quickly here. I don't care if it takes me through a commercial. We just want to make sure that we get back here live with this stop jumping around, hopefully. Appreciate you guys joining in. We're still waiting for a little bit of an icing over the commercial stoppage as I reloaded the feed. Didn't miss anything here. Still a 1-1 game between Slovakia and Finland. The Hlavaj has been outstanding. Can't say that enough. It's the only reason why this game is where it is. Dvorsky scores right off the draw, and it's a 2-1 lead for Slovakia. We'll take a look at that just in a moment to see how that transpired. But at 12:40 left to go in the third, after everybody was getting the ice scrapage, you get a little bit of a stop. Slovakia takes the lead, and now it's going to be up to Hlavaj to continue to shut the door. We'll take a look at that in a moment. So right off the draw, it's one straight back. Now to the right side, it bounces off Sebastian Aho, and it's picked up by Dvorsky. So Dvorsky wins the draw. He gets right to the net. The puck hits Aho. He gets knocked down by Dvorsky, and then he fires it right in and scores. And that was exactly as it happened, right in off the draw. So Dvorsky gives Slovakia the lead, and now we'll see what happens next. Stolen. Slovakia got it. This is right into the right side of the crease as Saros bounces off his skate blade, but Sebastian got upended, big bodied by Dvorsky, and that's going to end up costing Finland. They're leading the shot board 35-19, and they already have been pressing. Now they're really going to have to in about 5 minutes' time. 12:10 left to go in the third. Good stick chop there from Nemec. Try to get this one out of the zone. Slovakia has just taken the lead from Dvorsky, made it 2-1 right off the draw. Aho gets taken down. Short side wrister goes right in. Flapple beats Saros. Again, Juuse Saros hasn't had the greatest numbers for Nashville. And again, Finland's net mining probably all the way across with Jonas Korpisalo, Saros. You're really going to have to do some extra work there. Their offense should be able to carry the day, but it's not right now, courtesy of Fehervary. Recollected now for the Finns, as it's Armia back in behind the net. They're trying to tie this one up, and a chance almost goes off the post. The deflection goes just high. Rasmus Ristolainen, no working behind the net. Slovakia has just taken the lead with 11:20 left in the third. There's a long flip. Fehervary got knocked down. He'll get back to his feet. He has been the man of the match so far. He might not win it if the game-winning goal holds. Here is a deflection. Heiskanen now sets up the 1T. That one goes in off the backboards. Slovakia will escape, but can they get it out? Armia now trying to provide some extra support. He will help keep it in off the stick lift. 10:50 left to go in the third. And now finally settle down here for Slovakia as they'll throw this one up the ice. That was Luber Hordark. We'll get this one back down. We're almost halfway through this third. It's a 2-1 lead now for Slovakia. Juraj Slafkovsky bounces between him a couple times. Old Dog trying to make a play across center ice and across the right wing. It's Kapokako now. It gets canceled off. Slafkovsky, left side red line, will flip it in. Tomas Tatar will watch this one bounce up and out of play. 10:16 left in the third. As the puck goes up and out of play, I think that's going to be a delay of game against the Finns. Heiskanen in the box for delay game. Slovakia take the lead, and now they're on the power play. They score here to be gigantic. Nemec sends it across, and Saros has that in the glove right at 10:06 of the third. Boy, oh boy, this game has already been closely contested and fun, but it's starting to get a little spicy now, isn't it? Fehervary absolutely robs Roope Hintz. That was that one that Ryan Boucher was just talking about. 151 on the power play here. This is just Slovakia's second. Finland's had two, so really aren't going to get any issues there as far as evenness. Aho and Dvorsky. This time Dvorsky loses it, but he has been excellent in this game as well. 2-on-1. Good back check there. And we'll take that puck away. And Slovakia can get things started one more time on their second power play. 9:50 left to go in the third. John Hunter with you from Milano Cortina, as this is an opportunity here for Tomas Tatar. He'll flip this one in behind the end boards. As this is picked up, the right side red line off the spin and turn. Slovakia holds it in here. Slafkovsky shoots. He scores! Juraj Slafkovsky, the second of the game. And Slovakia now is up 3-1. They scored on the power play. Incredible stuff for Team Slovakia. They've taken a 3-1 lead. They get the power play after the delay of game off. Heiskanen, Nemec, Dvorsky get the assist. Dvorsky has been on fire here in this third period. We already talked about Finland maybe having to press. Now they're down 2 with 9:15 left to go in the third. 3-1, Slovakia leads. I don't know if it would be a monumental upset. We talked about Slovakia being a possible dark horse. This is a wake-up moment, at least in the prelims, to open the tournament for Finland. And maybe something you think about for Jonas Korpisalo in the second game, because Juuse Saros hasn't had as much to do. Hlavaj on the other end has been lock and key, as we will get the players to step aside here. 8:52 left to go in the third, and they lead by a pair.
YouTube TV is amazing. Would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just a bit?
So just a bit.
That's what economy. That is what I fought for. It's finished. The double clutch.
So Dvorsky has got the latest goal. As you mentioned, Dalibor Dvorsky of the St. Louis Blues.
Don't settle for bad. Try using TV for free and see why it's really the #1 live TV service.
That was the go-ahead goal, and that would stand as the game winner at this point. Dvorsky from Gernot and Liska.
Here, try a Red Bull. It's devilishly good.
Red Bull? Oh, that takes heavenly. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Wings? Wings? I can't have wings. Not in my position.
Red Bull gives you wings.
And then Slafkovsky on the power play is the latest. From Nemec and Dvorsky. .835 left to go in the third. Juraj Slafkovsky has now given Slovakia a 3-1 lead. He's got an even strength and a power play goal. Dvorsky also answered, got a goal and assist in this period. As it's recollected now. The Lucas single. Single now trying to kill some time. Eddie Olczyk said, when does the defense start to press and activate a little bit for Finland? How about their offense? They've had 35 shots on goal, but Hlavaj stopped 34 of them. And that is the main reason why this game is where it is, in my opinion. Segal loose the puck right across the players' benches. This goes back to Rasmus Ristolainen. But at least this is an eye-opener here for the opening of this Olympics in men's hockey in Milano Cortina. Start one more time for Rasmus Ristolainen. Ristolainen, long flip. Will shovel it in the corner, open. Is picked back up off the back check now for Peter Cernak. Cernak now flipped the ice for Slafkovsky. Good seam pass. Juraj has been so good in this game. Here's another chance for Slovakia. Tatar off the rush. That one gets blocked by Finland. 7:25 left to go in the third now. Slovakia leading by 2, and it's not clinging at this point. They're taking control of the third period. Slafkovsky, nice pass. As this one goes up the gut, Marty Pospisil with the clapper, and Saros has that. A little unsure of himself at first, but he's got it at 7:12. So Dvorsky, Slafkovsky, those are the ones with the goals now. 2 for Slafkovsky, but the young stars for Slovaks making things happen. They're so much fun to watch in the World Juniors. They've been fun to watch in the Olympics right now. And they're 6:55 away from knocking off Finland. Maybe in a little bit of an eyebrow raiser, but we know how good Slovakia can be, especially if you've been following along a hopeless sports guy, as I like to carry these international coverages. One-timer gets knocked away. Here's a chance by Kapokako. Turned away by the Slovakian defense. Another chance will go wide up and out of play from the right side of the crease. 6:37 left to go in the third. Niko Rantanen gets the puck down low, tries to throw it back to the point, and that'll be sent back down. No icing because that was Finland's own mistake. Start again now for Rasmus Ristolainen. He's been out there a lot in this third. Niko Rantanen gets the steal. Good diving play there for Slovakia. That was Milos Klemenin that knocked it away. High slot. Here's Arister. Good save, Hlavaj one more time. He got wiped out in front of the goal crease. But Slovakia gets it out. Pavel Regenda. He'll shoot. He just missed the left side of the post, the member of the San Jose Sharks. He likes playing out there alongside Macklin Celebrini, but he'll be on Team Canada tomorrow. Fehervary will throw this one in. And I think we're going to get a delay as Marty Pospisil is slow to get up. That is unfortunate. Again, Cooper Hopkins and myself have been no stranger to some of the Flames' injuries. But Marty is one of those guys that can be grit and sandpaper and a little bit of skill. He looks to absorb the contact and be okay as he's skating underneath his own power, but he's holding one of his hands. And we'll see if that draws a penalty against the Finns. Checking his mouth as well. I wouldn't say sell job. He just got shaken up a little bit, but I think Marty's going to be all right. So good to see there. He is checking the chiclets as we get a little bit of a break in this third period. Slovakia, Dvorsky and Slafkovsky, his second, have given Slovakia a 3-1 lead. It's been a fun one, guys. I really appreciate you joining me so far. We'll see if we get an electric finisher for Slovakia. Ends up taking this way all the way home. 9 votes. I said, is Finland's men's hockey will be a dark horse in the Olympics against Canada, USA, Sweden. I might should have flipped that to Slovakia at this point. Again, it's just opening day of the tournament, but still. 9th career Olympic goal for Juraj Slafkovsky. His second today. He's got 9 goals in 8 games. Thinking of that from Kenny Albert. What I've noticed here from number 20 throughout doing this play-by-play is Juraj is very patient with the puck. He doesn't force anything. He uses that big body. He's got like a bomb of a shot for a wrister as well. He's big. He can win puck battles, but I love on offense that he's very patient. And that's what I've been seeing right now. Ristolainen was the one that hit Marty. Again, Marty's got those concussion issues alongside the Calgary Flames as he hit him up toward the left side of his cheek. But he's on the bench. He looks no worse for wear. Probably should have been a penalty call on Rasmus Ristolainen against Marty Pospisil. Sebastian can't win it again as Dvorsky wins another draw. He's been really good in this game as well. You say Saros stopping him behind the net. Happen to think that he probably isn't going to play in the second game. I would probably go to Jonas Korpisalo just to see. And you would imagine Finland's going to score more goals. He just got shut down by Hlavaj. But it is 34 of 35 for him in net. Lindell tried to throw it toward the net. Sebastian got taken down again. He's having a tough time staying on his feet. And we are just before the point of the final 5 minutes as Slovakia has iced it. Finland's only got 5:08 trying to tie this game. They're down 2 goals. Matthias Sukol back there on the draw. Slovakia wins another one. They can't clear it out, however. It's just picked up near the right side point off the backhand. Finland waiting for a lane. Here's Kiviharju. We'll throw this pass across. One chance deflected. That one fought out by Bravo as this goes in the corner. Picked up nicely. Nemec will throw this in behind the end boards. Again, he's playing better now than he probably was with the Devils. This is settled back down right across the end boards. Finland needs to score here. 4:30 left to go in the third. They're down 2. It's 3-1. Pick up across the bumper for Oliver Aguilar. And we'll send this one down the ice. They've iced it one more time, but I don't think Slovakia is going to care. To go in the third. Joining with you in a solo call from Milano Cortina. Group C is United States, Germany. They're going to own that one. Group A is Canada, Czechia, Switzerland, France. Canada, Czechia. Group B is going to be huge, and Sweden is in action today. So you would think that one could be interesting, but Group C. Juuse Saros, the crease is vacated at 4:25. Slovakia scores here. This game will be too soon, but if they go up by 3 with a little over 4 minutes left, Sukol, this one straight back by Slovakia, at least across the left side blue line. Neutral zone upcoming after that failed flip is going to force Juuse Saros to come back in the goal crease. He was out at the back and behind the net to play it. Juraj Slafkovsky. He has been so good along Bravo. Probably could give all 3 stars to Slovakia in this game as it gets cleared back down to Saros, who still can't leave the goal crease. Left side red line off the spin and turn. Finland's got to get going. It's Mikael Granlund off the drop pass. 3:40 left to go in the third. Slovakia steals all of the line off the long flip, and it will be iced against the Slovaks at 3:40. Shot board getting a little bit closer, but it's still favoring Finland here, 36-24, 3:40 left to go in the third. They're going to say the play was blown out with a high stick, Roope, and so this is going to force this back into the zone here for Finland. Saros had to go back in the goal crease for a second time, so he's going to sprint him. This will be shoved in the corner now. We'll see if Saros will go again with 3:25 left to go in the third. It gets too far away from Anton Lindell. Baravage, one more save. Lindell now, back in behind the end boards. Still contested here. Finland's got it in the O zone. Extra attacker out. They throw it in the middle of the slot. Picked up now for Mikkola. Rasmus Ristolainen. Here is Mikko Rantanen. He's been silent in this game. They need him. Mikko Rantanen, high slot wrister. Baravage with a robbery! In between the screen one more time as he makes a flashy glove save at 3:01. Give him the number 1 star. I know Slafkovsky scored twice and he might get it, but Hlavaj has been unbelievable, and I've said that enough. Ozone win by the Finns. 2:50 left to go in the third. Opening action in Group B, and they might go down to Slovakia. Play at the net, Hlavaj, one more save. He'll get the hold at 2:46. If everybody knew in the crowd of all the names of the players, they'd probably throw a chance at this point, especially if the game was being played in Slovakia, but we are in Italy right now. Unbelievable performance that we're seeing from the Slovakian netminder, number 31. And he is on his way to being a big dog in this tournament. I know it's only one game and it's the opener, but it's hard to believe someone can play much better. One more face-off win for Finland. 2:40 left. Here's a wrister up and not a play. Goes down to 2:38. An extra second has ticked off the clock. Shot board 39-24. Hlavaj has stopped 38 of 39. You say Saros 21 of 24. Wasn't as good as you think he normally could be, especially with the team in front of him. Finland's got to score here in the next about minute 20 if they want to have a chance. Tomas Tatar off the tie-up. It's out. Long flip. Slafkovsky, he doesn't have a stick. He can't kick the puck in. That wouldn't count. Here's a chance. It's blocked in the net. Scores! And off the backhand. And Slovakia takes a 4-1 lead. They're going to knock off Finland in the opening day of the tournament at Milano Cortina. 2:21 left to go in the third. It's Adam Ruzicka, the first of the celebration line. Mikko Rantanen stops the first one. As Slafkovsky was battling for the puck, he can only kind of kick at it. He can't kick it in. And then Ruzicka backhand no look scores it. I think Slafkovsky might get a secondary off his skate plate. All he could do was kind of just locate it, and then Ruzicka scores it. 4-1 Slovakia, and Marty Pospisil, who was injured earlier in that hit from Rasmus Ristolainen, takes the draw. Slafkovsky indeed gets a third point. Tomas Tatar gets a primary. Empty net goal. Slovakia now has a 4-1 lead. They're going to take this opener against the Finns, and this will be knocked away. Saros back into the goal crease, and Finland got to go for a long outstretch and cheat for offense here. Hlavaj will stop it. I'm so glad I covered this opener. I didn't really expect this result. I thought it would be closer. You thought maybe Finland could win by this score margin, not Slovakia. You knew Slovakia would be game for it, but they really took control of this third period, and then Hlavaj kept them in it early from the first. Slafkovsky opened the scoring. He's got 3 points in this game, 2 goals and an assist, and we're down to the final 90 seconds. Ocular, this is in the right side corner. Erik Cernak will watch this go back around the horn. Crowd getting loud. Everybody excited here if you're a Slovakia fan. 1:15 left to go in the third. Calgary Flames man Adam Ruzicka from 23-24. One minute left to go in the third. Hlavaj stopping him behind the net. And all that's left is for the time to be killed. Slafkovsky goes back to him a couple times. He'll get it out of the D zone. Left across the red. Granlund with Capo Kako. Kako switch ends. Miro Heiskanen trying to hold it in. Turnaround chance. Blocked by Slovakia. Down to 35 seconds. 4-1. Slovakia leads over Finland. Everybody's celebrating because they know what's at stake here, and they've known it, I think, from the last 5 minutes of this third especially. Juuse Saros in a clear from 120. And Tom Lindell and Marty Pospisil now trying to get his pound of flesh after taking that hit from Rasmus Ristolainen. And this is absolutely unbelievable stuff. It was 1-1 after 1. 3 unanswered goals for Slovakia in this final frame is going to be set enough to do it. Dvorsky, Slafkovsky, and Adam Ruzicka, each with tallies. Ruzicka into the empty net. Turnaround chance fought off by Saros and cleared back down the ice. This will be blown dead against Finland. Face-off win for Slovakia. Finland take this puck up the ice, but it doesn't matter. Throw to the corner. Slovakia scores 3 times in the third period, and they take the opening at Milano Cortina, the men's hockey Olympics against Finland, 4-1. Juraj Slafkovsky with a pair of goals, but Hlavaj, outstanding, only gives up 1 in that second frame. And he leads his team. He's the primary to me to take it all the way home. Again, shots on goal. We'll just give you that stat before I sign out of here. Finland had 40. Hlavaj stops 39 of 40 in the victory as Slovakia wins 4-1 over Finland in this opener. I'll see you tomorrow, 10:40 time between Czechia and Canada. Are we going to get as much intrigue there? We'll find out. But I got all the intrigue I can handle here on the opening day. Slovakia wins 4-1 against Finland. What a game that was. What a performance by Hlavaj. This was fantastic. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace. Unbelievable stuff, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here.
I really want to be a part of winning goals.
I want to win. It's time to climb the mountain.
See you tomorrow, 10:40 Eastern between Czechia and Canada. You guys take care, okay? We'll talk soon.
If you are the gold, family is not just because you win. Well, we gotta begin.
When the trophy